everyone, I'm Miranda and welcome to my second Christmas gift guide. So last week I gave you a book gift guide. This week I'm doing one of my regular favourite things videos, but with a Christmas twist. So I've gathered together lots of things that I think would make spectacular Christmas presents. Some of these have been early Christmas gifts for myself because I wanted to be able to tell you about them in time for Christmas. And then a few other things are just things that I've been really loving lately that I wanted to share with you and that I think would make wonderful Christmas presents. So I've brought together some stationery, woolies, china, advent calendars, lots of lovely things. Let's dive into them. I'm really excited because I've discovered a new favourite notebook company. You know how much I love stationery and how much I love my notebooks, and I know you do too. And I can't wait to tell you about this new one. It's called Stars Mead Bookbinding, and what I absolutely love about these is that they do a whole ladybird set. So if you know the ladybird books, the seasonal ones, what to look for in winter, what to look for in spring, in summer, in autumn, then you will recognize the illustrations on these covers. So they're taken from the original illustrations, which are so beautiful. These are two winter notebooks, and you can see the front and back have illustrations from what to look for in winter. I love that at the very back of the notebooks it says hand bound by Ursula Jenkins, cover illustration by C.F. Tunnicliffe from What to Look For in Winter, Ladybird Nature book, first published in 1959. That's just there on the back, and I just love that these are hand bound. Ursula herself is lovely. My mum actually has been in touch with her because we wanted to order two sets, one for me, one for my mum, of the seasonal ones, and a lot of them had sold out on the website. Ursula really kindly relisted some so that we could buy another set. So if you go onto the website and it looks like a lot have sold out, then I do recommend emailing, getting in touch with Ursula. She was so helpful and friendly. But I adore these notebooks, not only for the beautiful covers, but I like the pocket-sized nature of them. I'm looking forward to using these to maybe put some seasonal quotations in that I particularly love, and also to just keep by me my sort of reading chair when I'm reading in the evenings and I want to scribble down some notes about the books that I read. I think these sort of pocket-sized notebooks will be really useful. So here are the two gorgeous winter ones. These are two autumn ones, which I think are so beautiful as well. I love that the illustrations are different on the front and back. These are two summer ones, which are also just gorgeous. And as you can see, the colours that Ursula chooses for binding the spines are different on each one, but they really complement the cover illustration. So I think that's really wonderful. And these are the two spring ones that I chose. So if you have looked at my photography on Instagram, then you'll probably already know that I love the Ladybird books, What to Look For series. And to have these little notebooks that showcase their illustrations, I think is just so lovely. And it's wonderful to find a new independent small business that I can support. But Ursula creates lots of gorgeous notebooks. If you don't like the Ladybird ones, then there are some lovely designs on there that aren't at all Ladybird. I chose one other notebook for myself, which is this beautiful one, and it's a specially done commonplace book, which you can see it says that on the spine. I chose a lined one, and I think this would make a really lovely Christmas gift for someone as a bit of inspiration perhaps to start a commonplace book in the new year. If you don't know what a commonplace book is, then there's a really lovely little explanation that comes inside of the commonplace books made by Starsmead. And it says the idea of a traditional commonplace book is to record things we may have read or overheard and which we consider to be well expressed. Noting how something is said is a means of enriching our own linguistic expression and gives us an increased repertoire of language for our own thoughts. All sorts of famous people have kept commonplace books, including John Milton, Napoleon Bonaparte, Lewis Carroll, and Virginia Woolf. Commonplace books also present an interesting record of our social and cultural history, especially the voices of women from the past, whose thoughts would rarely have been put into print. They might include poems, passages of text, recipes, reading lists, songs, drawings, sayings, family turns of phrase, calligraphy, aspirations, all making up an extended memoir of the author's interests. I won't read the rest, but it's really fascinating, and there's a lovely Jeanette Winterson quote included on the back of this, which might make a really nice first quote to put in your commonplace book, which I think is such a lovely idea. But yes, I also like that a commonplace book, you can use it not just for quotations, but for things like recipes and family sayings and your own thoughts and aspirations. I think it's just such a nice idea and a bit more original and maybe easier to keep up than a diary. So if you're interested in journaling, or you know someone who would maybe like to take up journaling but they're a bit overwhelmed by the idea, then a commonplace book I think would be such a lovely gift. And I really recommend looking at the ones on the Starsmead website. So I'm sure you're going to love looking at the website generally. There are so many fabulous notebooks on there, but I wanted to really highlight my favourites to you. And then another independent business that I love is called East End Press, and they do a lot of sort of paper products and garlands. They do particularly well, I think. This is one of their Christmas garlands. I can't fold it out very easily to show you on the camera, but you can hang it up in the hallway or over a mantelpiece, something like that. And I really love this one. They have quite a few Christmas themed ones, but I love, of course, the robin one myself. That one is my favorite. But they also have some really pretty winter wreaths that are made of wood that I think are very attractive, and just lots of other little decorations and things like that that are well worth checking out. So of course all of these things I'll be linking in the description box down below. And then I wanted to show you the Christmas cards that I got this year. So I buy quite a lot of cards from Cansdown Press. I'll link that, of course, and they have a really good selection of cards from many artists that I especially like, and I picked up 3 of their Christmas card packs this year. So one I picked up is the Rachel Grant one. I adore robins, so I found it really hard to resist this completely adorable card. I can't wait to write my Christmas cards this year and send them off. There's another design on the back, and I think that's a really pretty bell card as well. So 2 really pretty Christmas cards from Rachel Grant in this pack. And then I got the sort of father and son, Eric and James Revilius pack with the Christmas pudding design, and then this really charming design on the back depicting lots of different sort of family scenes, which I think is really sweet. So this was another favourite that I picked up. And then I also really love Brie Harrison's art, and I chose this set of cards, which I thought made very pretty, just sort of general winter cards as well. Both are just so sweet, and I love the floral arrangements that she's illustrated. So those are the Christmas cards that I've chosen this year, and I thought you might enjoy seeing them as well. And then I had quite a few winter woolies that I wanted to share with you. So another independent British company, this is actually a Scottish company that I discovered recently, is called Cosy Knitwear, and they do really reasonable fingerless gloves. So I just love the Fair Isle pattern on this, and I think they're really lovely. I ordered actually 3 pairs. I ordered my mum a pair, and I ordered a couple for me, and we're loving using them already. This one I've been saving to show on camera, so I haven't worn these yet myself, but I bought another in a sort of blue colorway, and the wool is so nice. It's quite soft, which I like, but they're really cozy, really lovely, and I think the price on them is so good. And with this set, I got a little matching hat. This is, you can see this is the Cosy Knitwear tag, which I haven't taken off yet, but I know this hat will keep me really warm in the winter. It comes down nicely over my ears, which is wonderful, and it's just so cozy. So I really recommend checking out their knitwear. They do also have some lovely Fair Isle jumpers, which I'd love to get one at some point. But if you're looking for more sort of stocking stuffers or a bit more reasonably priced presents, then I think it would be hard to go wrong with their lovely fingerless gloves. And I also love the Fair Isle hat as well. But speaking of nice woolly jumpers, I did find a couple that I love that I think are at a reasonable price point. This is one from Sea Salt. It's a lovely Fair Isle jumper, as you can see. I love that the Fair Isle goes all the way down in this design. Sea Salt is a Cornish-based British company, and I've really discovered their clothes this autumn in particular, and I'm so impressed. A lot of their knitwear I really like. I've been wearing this jumper a lot already. I adore it. A lot of the Fair Isle designs kind of stop at the top, and like I said, I love that this one goes all the way down. The colours are so pretty. It's lovely for autumn as well as winter. And a really good thing, if you're a member of the English Heritage, then apparently you get 20% off the Sea Salt knitwear. So if you're a member, then definitely check out Sea Salt. And I love this brand too because they do loyalty cards. So if you buy a few things, then you'll get a certain amount of money off on your next purchase too. So these sorts of things always come in useful. My dad really kindly got my mum and I membership to the English Heritage while he was here. So another great bonus to that membership, thank you Dad, is 20% off on the Sea Salt knitwear. So I really recommend this one though. I think it's lovely. And then I also got a cardigan from Sea Salt. They have this one in a couple of colorways. I really like the sort of slightly cable knit design along the top. This is a cardigan and it buttons down the front. This is the sand color. They also do more of a kind of turquoisey blue in it. I especially loved this sand color. I like to wear it a lot with navy and things like that, so this color really works well for me. But I really loved this cardigan, and I've just been very impressed by Sea Salt. They do a lot of nice jersey dresses, but I've been especially impressed by their knitwear this season. So I wanted to recommend checking that out as well, because I also think for a Fair Isle, nice cozy jumper, this was a really good price point too. And I love the cardigan as well. So they would make such nice Christmas gifts. And then I've spoken about how much I love the independent shop Closet and Bot before. And I've spoken about how much I love their berets before as well, but I wanted to draw your attention to these again because I think these berets are so lovely. They're only £9.99, which I think is such a great price point too. I love to wear a beret in the winter, and I've picked up quite a few colours. They offer these berries in lots of different colours. So some I thought especially nice for winter, navy, and then this pretty sort of Merlot colour and this darker green as well. I think these are all so pretty for winter. I think there's a red one too that I got before, sort of bright red, which is very pretty too. But lots of different colours, really reasonable berets, but they're wool and they're really easy to wear. I love wearing them, so again this would make a great stocking stuffer maybe, because you could just fold it up small and slip it in a stocking and it'd be such a nice gift. Okay, next I wanted to share another independent British company, and it's called Clementine and Mint. A few of you commented on the headband that I wore in my video, in my book gift guide video last week, and I wanted to tell you that it's by Clementine and Mint. I love it. It's so comfy. A lot of headbands I can't wear because they really pinch into my head and give me a headache, which is horrible, obviously. But this one is so well padded. I could wear it all day long and it didn't bother me, which was amazing for me. And it's just very simple, but very elegant. And they offer lots of different colours, which is great. I will say that they're almost always sold out online. But if you sort of register, there's an option where you can register to be emailed when a particular headband, one that you've chosen that you like, comes back in stock, and they'll email you. And they seem to put things back in stock fairly regularly. It's just they then sell out again instantly. But it's worth registering your interest because you're, I think, fairly likely to be emailed. Definitely a company to keep your eye on if you love headbands. They also have some really pretty little bows. I'd love to get one myself, and I'd love to get another headband at some point. They have very pretty tartan ones I'd really like to get. This is the only one I've got so far, and I love the green. For winter, I thought that was so classic, but I'll definitely be hoping to get at least one more at some point soon. So I thought you would like to check this company out as well. And then I wanted to share a few favourite Christmas advent calendars. I love advent calendars so much. A few of you asked about one again that I showed in my last Christmas gift guide video. It was just on the table by me, and it's this lovely bird advent calendar by Alice Melvin. It's so sweet. I love the winter birds. I think it's really adorable. Obviously I haven't started opening it yet, and I don't know if I'll open this one at all or just keep it as a decoration to bring out every Christmas because I think it's so pretty. Alice Melvin is another favourite artist of mine, and I especially love her bird illustrations actually. So I was so pleased when I saw that she did this. It's a very easy design. It comes flat and then you just put it together. But really, really attractive, I think. So I know a few of you were wondering about this. And then I've started a new tradition. I started a new tradition last year, and I'm definitely continuing it this year. And that was getting the Fortnum and Mason tea advent calendar. Both Mum and I loved this. We kind of shared the teas each day. We just sort of alternate and try different ones each day, and it was so much fun. We both love tea, and for any other tea lovers in your life, then this advent calendar would be a really special gift. I adore Fortnum and Mason teas. They're so lovely, and they have put quite a few seasonal teas, or at least they did last year. I'm sure it would be the same this year. Quite a few seasonal teas as well as some of their classic teas, and also some of the teas that I maybe wouldn't normally buy for myself. So it was just really fun to get to try different things and realize, oh, I really like this. I might actually get a box of it. So it was just really fun, really added to the enjoyment of every day in December, and I very much recommend it. And then I always love Angela Harding's advent calendars, and my dad actually really kindly bought me one while he was in the UK in October. I chose, not surprisingly, the robin one, and I think it's just so pretty. I love her artwork. I think she's just amazing, and she does so many beautiful advent calendars. I'm building up a little collection of them, and I often don't open them actually. I tend to save them and then bring them out as decorations each year, because I just think they make gorgeous decorations sort of in and of themselves. But obviously you don't have to do that. You can just enjoy opening them. But I just think they're gorgeous, and some I might open and then others I'll just keep, so I can kind of bring them out every year as a decoration. I think they're just so pretty. And then I know I've spoken about Elizabeth Harbour to you a lot, and if you're looking for some Christmas decorations, then her stuff is really lovely. She's done a couple Christmassy designs this year. I think this Christmas tree is adorable. She's also done a Father Christmas, and she has a wooden angel as well that you can sort of tie to the top of the Christmas tree, as well as a Christmas fairy I think she's done as well, but I went with the angel. But I thought this one is so sweet. It looks so pretty on a mantelpiece or a bookcase, or just on your bedside table or something like that, as a little festive decoration. But she also does beautiful wooden hanging ornaments that you can put on your Christmas tree. You'll have seen those plenty if you've watched any of my tree decorating videos from the past. I know a lot of you have started ordering your own Elizabeth Harbour Christmas decorations too, which I think is so lovely. But I will link to her if you haven't heard of her before. She's got really lovely wooden ornaments that I think are just beautifully done, beautifully designed. And again, it's just so nice at this time of year to try to support smaller businesses and independent businesses. So I think it's really nice to try and support some of these people at this time of year. And then I wanted to share a few favourite ceramics with you. So you know how much, I'm sure you know how much I adore Emma Bridgewater. I've got one of her little robin mugs here, but I wanted to show some favourite Christmas designs with you. So I've got two real favourite Emma Bridgewater Christmas designs. I got these, I think last year. So this is her spruce design, which I think is so sweet. I think this actually I just got this year, but I got the regular sized mug in it last year, and they sold out so fast that I wasn't actually able to get that much in the spruce design. I picked up just a few pieces, and this December I'd like to add a few more, hopefully. But I did get this cocoa mug in advance, and I think it's so sweet. It's not surprising, I just adore robins, so of course I love the design with a robin on, but I think it's just so adorable, this one. And I love having a hot chocolate in the evenings in the winter, and I'm going to enjoy extra festive hot chocolates in this one in December for sure. And then the other Christmas Emma Bridgewater design that I especially love is her Christmas pudding design, and this is such a sweet little plate for mince pies or any other Christmas treat, and I love the little Christmas puddings in it. I think this one is so lovely. So she does many amazing Christmas patterns. There's plenty to love, but I thought I'd just highlight a couple of my real favorites with you. And then I also wanted to share some lovely things from Anthropologie that I've spotted. So I really love another British artist called Emily Maud, and just this Christmas she has done a collaboration with Anthropologie. So she's done some beautiful plates that are all inspired by the 12 Days of Christmas Carol. And she's done this gorgeous serving plate as well. This is a partridge in a pear tree. And I think this is just really special. All of her illustrations are so lovely. They're very colourful, quite in the anthropology style, although Emily Maud herself really loves colour, which I love too. And I think her designs are gorgeous, so I really recommend checking out her anthropology collaboration. There are 12 plates as well, each with a different design to match the 12 days of Christmas. And then she's also done a lovely table runner, and you know I have a soft spot for lovely linens as well. I won't fold all of this out here, but it's got all of the different illustrations from her 12 Days of Christmas design, and I'm really looking forward to putting this on the table in December. I think it will look so lovely and festive, so I really love this table runner. Then another artist I really love is called Natalie Leet. She's a French artist and she's done lots of designs, lots of collaborations with anthropology in the past. But I wanted to highlight this gorgeous ceramic loaf pan with you. I think it's just spectacular. It's maybe just a bit more autumnal than Christmassy, but I think it's such a sweet design. Any baker would adore this, and I can't wait to make maybe a pumpkin spice loaf or something like that in here soon. I think that would just be perfect. But she's got some lovely things with anthropology homeware at the moment too, so definitely worth checking out. And then I wanted to also share just a few little ideas, especially thinking of warming Christmas drinks this time of year. I love mulled wine, of course, but I wanted to share this, which is Belvoir Farm Festive Edition Mulled Winter Cordial. And this is actually a non-alcoholic drink. It says it's a non-alcoholic warming blend of cranberry and orange with winter spices. I'm saving this for when I decorate the Christmas tree, which I'm getting very excited about. I'm going to do it fairly soon because I have to do so much filming and photography in advance of December that I have to start decorating a bit early. So I'm already looking forward to warming this up and having a glass as I decorate the tree and put on some Christmas carols. I'm getting very excited. But I really love this. I had it last year and it was so nice and a great option for when you don't want alcohol necessarily, but you just want a lovely warming drink, then this is a really lovely option. And then something else I've started to do lately is I've been trying some different chai blends from Bird and Blend, which is a really nice tea company, and they sell a few sort of tea accessories in a way. And I wanted to show you this, which is a milk frother that they sell on their website, and it's called a matcha tea whisk. It's obviously great if you're having matcha, but I love it just to use to sort of froth even hot chocolate, or I like to make a sort of pumpkin chai and I like to froth the milk in that. And this is really, really handy. I've bought milk frothers, like little whisks in the past that didn't work very well. So far, this one is working really well, and it's just quite an attractive design, I think, too. So one I definitely recommend. And then, like I said, I love having a nice hot chocolate at this time of year, and something to make hot chocolate or your coffee, whatever hot drink, extra special are these lovely syrups. My mum picked up this little syrup set from Booths, which I think is really just a sort of Yorkshire based grocery store, but it's very nice. However, these sorts of syrup sets you can find so many different places. I like these little mini size ones, and they'd be a nice idea if you had lots of Christmas stockings to fill, to sort of put one of each of these mini ones in a stocking. But these do come in bigger sort of normal sizes too. But it's quite fun trying the different flavors. So this one has caramel, vanilla, gingerbread, hazelnut, and amaretto. I love the hazelnut one. So far, that's my favorite. I love adding a bit of the hazelnut syrup into a hot chocolate. It's just so good. And it's always fun to make drinks and things like that at Christmas. Just that extra bit special makes you feel more festive, or at least it does me. So I think that these are such a nice idea for that. My mum is a real coffee drinker, so she loves having these to add a bit to her coffee as well. But for me, it's really the hot chocolate that I add these to. And then talking about elevating just the everyday, making that everyday a little bit special in December, or again, if you're looking for a nice stocking stuffer, then some special chocolates I think are just so nice to have. A treat that my mum and I do sometimes is once it gets to December, we'll get a nice box of chocolates, like we both love violet creams, and we'll maybe just have one each evening with a nice hot drink, whether that's a hot chocolate or a chamomile tea or something like that. And it's just this little treat that we can enjoy in the run up to Christmas that makes that every day feel a little bit more special. We'll most likely be having our chocolate advent calendar as well. So, you know, this is an extra treat on top of that. But it is Christmas, it is December. And sometimes just having a nice box of chocolates is just such a lovely little bonus for each day. So Whittaker's violet creams are something that we really like and we'll get to indulge in a bit in December. And then finally, I wanted to share a few magazines and journals that I especially love and that I think would make wonderful Christmas presents because they'll last throughout 2023 and bring joy for all of the year ahead as well. So I've spoken about this one many times before, but Slightly Foxed is my favourite literary magazine. They especially focus on backlisted books and forgotten classics, but the articles are also articulate, so interesting, really well written, and I always discover something new and something of interest when I pick up a Slightly Foxed. My mum, I think it was, who first introduced me to this magazine, and she would get me the subscription at Christmas time many years in a row, and it was just always such a delight. So highly recommend this magazine. Another favourite literary magazine is The Scribbler. I've talked about this one before, but if you're especially interested in vintage books and children's books in particular, vintage children's books, then this is such a good read. They do also review some contemporary books as well, but they're mainly backlisted or vintage books. But there's some real undiscovered gems that the reviewers of The Scribbler really uncover. I always, again, find something new when I read The Scribbler. They're so interesting. I love the little literary tours they do of different areas of the UK, where they share lots of books that are set in different areas. So it's a real favourite of mine, this one. And then one for gardeners in your life is Hortus. I've recommended this magazine too before. And this is a lovely one. If you love gardens and gardening, then you'll really enjoy the articles in this magazine. So it's so well written as well and always full of interest. And then more of a lifestyle magazine, but a real favourite of mine is The Simple Things. Again, I've recommended this before, but in case you've forgotten, this is such a nice magazine. If you love seasonal living, if you're interested in that, then they always have lovely seasonal articles in here, and it really is a magazine all about enjoying the simple things, the simple pleasures in life. So it's always a favourite of mine. And then one of the magazines that I've just been loving since we moved to the countryside, we started subscribing to Country Life. This is a weekly magazine, and I always look forward to the latest issue. It's just always interesting, and it's something I look forward to every week. It really adds to my own simple pleasures each week. I love Country Life. So those are all of my recommendations. I hope you enjoyed this Christmas gift guide as well. Some non-bookish recommendations for me in this one, but let me know which of these things especially appealed to you. I'd love to hear. Thank you so much for watching. Extra big thanks to all of you who've been pressing the super thanks button on my videos lately. You're so appreciated. But thank you to everyone who watches and comments and likes my videos. It's so lovely to hear from you all, and thank you all for your wonderful support. But I'll be back again very soon, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead. Goodbye.